like Kevin Gates.
You say what?
I don't like Kevin Gates.
At all? Not nothing?
I can't give you one song,
Oh,
but I'm not. I also probably haven't never listened to him. You
well,
know
like
what
I
I'm saying?
said, if you catch something, it depends on what you catch. Like I said, I caught a few of them. That's all right.
Yeah. Most. I mean, but I don't consider Kendrick Lamar new. I don't consider. I mean, I consider him older. But out of the newer, like that's probably the
The newest you probably listen to?
yeah.
I'm about in the same boat with that. He's been out for a minute, but I heard about him before I started listening to him.
Yeah. Yeah. I have to say me too. You
But
know.
but when I did, he was caused some controversy. Then ever since then, I just been paying attention.
Hmm.
You ever listen to Pimp a Butterfly?
No, I have not.
Okay, well he got an unreleased Tupac interview on there that nobody's ever heard before. If,
Oh.
if you ever get a chance, check it out because he say some deep stuff. And out of all things, somebody in Germany had it and gave it to him for free.
Wow. So sad. I mean, I say like our era of music and rap, we got to see so many talented. It was so many. It was kind of like the 50s and the 60s, how they had so many at once. Like everybody, we had a lot,
Well,
that
back
we could be like,
in our time, everybody was different.
yeah,
There was no,
unique.
yeah, unique. They
Yeah.
had their own lane. You know what I'm saying? It
And
was
they were saying something.
absolutely,
So
absolutely.
now nobody has shit anything to say, you know? Like I could say maybe, okay, what's his name? My son got me, if I had to like, if I was gonna get my brains blown out and I had to say like, I like someone. I do like, what's his name? Some of the stuff I heard from Rod Wave. And
Yeah.
then one of the ones that got killed.
Uh, 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 Pop
Uh,
Smoke.
not Pop Smoke. It was the one with all the hair. He had two different hair colors.
Oh,
And he died on the plane.
Extension or whatever.
Yeah, I like a couple of his things.
What about Juice World?
I like some Juice World too. Yeah.
'Cause I'm
So
like,
I
if
would
you,
say
I had to
I
ask because
like
I'm like,
more Juice World. I like a few Juice Worlds actually. He's trying to say something. He got something to say other than what the fuck this bullshit. So I could say it was different. It wasn't like in the same category as everybody else's bullshit.
well, you know the sad part about all the three people we just named, though, right?
What's that?
They all passed away.
Right.
So
Yeah.
seems like that's the only time when somebody got time to listen to you.
Right. Well, no, I was listening before. And Rob Wave is still alive.
Well, no, I'm talking about Pop Smoke, Juice World, and XX.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. But they definitely.
Actually, he just made a headline. Honestly, he just released his mugshot.
Yep. Yep. They said he choked the fuck out of somebody.
Yeah, strangulation, like that.
Yeah.
So, you done made somebody mad when they put their hands around your throat, right?
Hmm. That's why I was like somebody because he does a lot of giving back. Like just 2 weeks ago, he had the gas station off the hook because he went and paid for everybody's gas. He told everybody, give everybody free gas. You know, he does a lot for the community. What do you think about this shit with Kanye and Kim Kardashian? What she's doing with the kids?
Well, there's two sides to every story: his side, her side, and the truth. Three sides. The thing is,
Right,
though,
but
it's more development. It's just to keep. I think it's just publicity to keep their name and money flowing.
see, I think it's some sick shit. Like, I really feel bad for him. I really
It's
think
all been
she's
some
trying to
sick stuff.
manipulate.
He's been a
I,
part
I, I
of.
don't trust them bitches at all. And it's trying to make him seem like he's unhinged. And yeah, he's off. We all know that.
Who isn't though? When they in
Right.
that, but who wouldn't be in
And
that
he's a
predicament?
good father. I feel more safe about the kids, his genuine love for his kids, and how he's trying to be a parent. He's trying to be a dad. Now this motherfucker just went and got his kids' initials on his neck, her boyfriend. That's not fucking weirdo shit.
He didn't do it. He did that for real.
Yes, he did.
I just read it. I was like, man, that was.
Yeah, he did that shit. That's some disrespectful ass shit. And you don't like some of the stuff she do as a mom, like letting her daughter sit on his lap while she's driving a car, while he's driving a car. You don't let your daughter sit on men's laps. Kanye got a right to be upset about that. This same man jokingly joked in comedy show talking about fucking babies. Where's that ever funny?
Some more to it though. I know that.
I mean, these bitches ruin people.
Well, I'll go on Twitter. I feel like if you're still tweeting in, it's a time to lay away from social media for everybody, right?
Right, and that's where I don't think he should have got on social media saying what the fuck he was saying. You know what I'm saying? That's where like people, I think like if he moved in silence, it would have been a lot better on his half. You know,
But in his
right,
defense, when have you known him to move in silence? He's always been
right,
outspoken. Always been outspoken.
right. And then where do you go? Like you go to people, like, look, this is what's happening. You know. I think she's trying to directly push his buttons to make him snap.
Yeah,
Sometimes.
but he saying stuff too.
Absolutely.
I mean,
You know, I
it
mean,
makes sense. But then
I mean,
again,
now his new shit that he just came out, Rich Ass Kids, I like that song.
I like that one he done with the game. That shit was funny as hell.
That's the one I'm talking about. Rich Ass Kids, This Ain't Your Mama House.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
like that
that.
shit. I do. Easy.
Yeah,
That shit.
easy. That shit hard.
Yeah, it was. You know.
And they called
But
him Skeet.
yes.
Now
Yeah.
it's two different versions. You know that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did you get the skin baboon one? I mean, it's the same thing, but that skin baboon one is creepy.
Yeah.
Then they got the claymation one. The one they use.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah, it was creepy.
Yeah, I don't know whose idea was that to use the damn
I'm
skin.
sure it was his. Like, and then if I see him with the motherfucking SpongeBob boots on again, I know his feet gotta stink.
No, them probably some $20,000 boots.
I don't give a damn $20,000 a stank. Them bitches ain't got fans in them.
No, and then they look hot, don't they?
Don't they? He looked like he about to go fix somebody plumbing. Like it's a rain, it's a flood. Hey, shh. But yeah, I oh, you got the car? Okay. Um, I definitely liked it though. I was feeling hype for him. Because he's always, I mean, if you listen to Kanye, I mean, he's a great lyricist. Did you watch the documentary on Netflix on him?
I'm almost done with it.
Okay.
And it makes me understand so much more of being like how people been to him.
Exactly. It gave me a whole new perspective on him. Like to think he had those hits under his belt, because that's why you remember when he first came out, they just hit us like bam, 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 bam. You heard Through the Wire, and was like, wow. And then they hit us bam, bam,
the stuff that happened before Through the Wire when they just wanted him to produce.
Yes.
Rap.
Right. I'm saying when we first like learned who like Yeah, we knew he was a producer, but when he came out as the rapper, um, he came out, he was in a somebody video before.
Ludacris Stand Up.
Yes.
He produced that beat too.
Yeah, he produced for Jay-Z too.
Yeah,
But
Rockefeller.
they put him on
Oh
the
yeah.
shelf for so long. He already had those hits been made, but they
Well,
wouldn't let him come out with it. They kept making him not come out
well,
until
Dame
hold
just
on.
Dame was giving them hope, like keeping them there. Like I usually use the artist, but right now let me get these beats.
Right, every time. And well, let's just have you do this beat again. Here, just do this beat again. One more time, So like I said, I understand it. And now he's like, ain't nobody can stop me with shit. I really don't think. Of course, once his mom passed, it made him go off the deep end. I think a lot of it, he blames himself.
Once you go
You
through
can
that,
only
that's that's
speculate.
that's that's a place to where people handle stuff differently, which
Uh-huh.
having money can hinder you more than help you sometimes. I say that to say this.
Absolutely.
I say that to say this. You got money, you got a lot of yes people around
Yeah.
you, and which makes it okay for certain behaviors that's not okay. And
Mm-hmm.
me, in my instance of losing mine, I'm poor. So
Right.
people gonna tell me how it is. So
Right.
I didn't have no false reality.
Right.
I knew what I had to hurt or not. I knew what I had to do to still get up and not roll over and die. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm saying more so he probably was in a comfortable space and could afford to be with dealing with that. And honestly, I think he tried to go back to work too soon after that
Yeah.
because his Saturday Night Live episode, I think he actually broke down in tears.
Mm. And
Yeah,
that's one thing I like about him. He's not afraid to show his feelings. So many people keep their feelings boggled up inside. He tell you how he feel.
yeah, and that's certain thing for men in general. They don't.
It's a
It's really,
weakness.
it's yeah.
People say.
They call it a weakness. Yeah,
I think it's a strength.
it is because if you can't talk, you're gonna be one of them motherfuckers out there using violence, guns and
Right.
shit.
Right.
And those people not angry, they hurt. You gotta remember that.
Right. Yep. Yep. Very true.
And males lash out too.
Absolutely. That's a lot of reason is people are scared to show their feelings and be vulnerable.
Yeah. That's the thing. That's the gist of it, though. Like, I mean, look, money can help and hurt you.
It can.
Never
You
change, just
win, but you lose.
at the same time.
Yeah. And then some people are like, "Oh, I don't believe he sacrificed his mother." People say that the
People say
Illuminati and all that shit.
any damn thing. Like
Yeah.
when it's a literal doctor that's actually responsible for it. Like,
Yeah. No doubt, I do believe in all that stuff. I absolutely do.
I figured. I mean, I know you do, but that's kind of far fetched.
Right. No, you could tell the love he had for his mama. He absolutely adored her. And to say like, oh, he made a sacrifice, so that's how he got this, takes away from his talent of what he really did. You know what I'm saying? Like
It
he
takes a
made
lot of. It takes a lot away from his talent. Honestly.
absolutely. I mean, he made us jam to like what he said. You could say what's it called, but you can't rap about Jesus. Like
Mm-hmm.
that shit. He killed that. He killed it.
Because that was when Jesus walks.
Yes, and that's all. I felt that shit. And that really does take away from him because he is very talented. So to say that, now there's other people who are less talented who I'm like, how the fuck did you become number one? Like so many people, and people probably be mad. I don't give a fuck. Why is Jay-Z like this big ass talented motherfucker?
It's
Why?
no, it's not talent. It's actually, if it's a talent, it's in the business sense.
Yeah, but he was never, as far as rap goes, he was not that guy like that.
He
People hyped him up so much.
kind of was. He was different at the time.
He was different, but we had a lot of different. We had a lot of different.
So he don't have no classics under his belt with you.
Oh, he got tons, but it don't make him that guy. Like they trying to put him like he was over Pac, like he was over Biggie.
Business wise,
right?
But as far as
He
talent,
was a very smart businessman, but they trying to put his talent in as if, and those are two different things. Now, when he married Beyonce, they became a power couple, and a force to be reckoned with. And I'm not trying to take away from him, but he ain't all. He ain't that guy to me. I mean, I have a few Jay-Z songs I love, but when I think of my top favorites, he's not up there neither.
Well, no, I agree, but the business sense of him, like he don't.
Right.
He's at the point now. He don't care if he's not in that room no more.
Right. But people hype him up because they so on his fucking nuts because he got money.
And that's
not about the talent.
I did an episode with a music exec, and he was like, basically, like it's all about a relationship. It's not about who you want to work with. It's about who want to work with you. Those was his exact words. And right now, he's managing. He just had a bad TV interview. I can't think of his name right now, but I can't remember that. Oh my goodness. But he was Puffy artist at first. He on his interview he was talking about him being he was supposed to be on Making the Band. He actually made the cut and left.
Oh wow.
So him and Puffy ended up being having a relationship, and he ended up getting signed later. Dang, and I remember his name. King Los.
What is it?
King Los.
Huh.
He's from Baltimore, but he got history. When you look him up, then you'll see it's one of those type of people. When you look him up, you go like, oh.
Right. That's what's up.
And if Julius, if you're watching this, hopefully I can get an interview for the low. But yeah, he actually Julius Darrington actually gave me an interview like for free.
You said what?
He gave me an episode. He did a podcast with me for nothing, for free.
Okay.
And I've been looking at him as a mentor for over 9 years, something like that.
Oh wow.
So and he's from Ohio. He's from Toledo, but he moved out to Los Angeles.
Okay.
And he started a record company. And I mean, obviously, they do pretty well. He's done projects with Ron Isley. He just recently was working with Diddy. Wiz Khalifa, they working on something. He's kind of like a heavyweight, but he's humble. You wouldn't believe he's one of those people that could be a billionaire and you not even know it.
Right.
So that he like literally he's so down to earth. It's crazy.
That's good because so many people forget to stay humble.
Oh, no, not at all. He's not that guy. That's what inspires me even more. Because I have people like I aspire to do certain things and they don't even not even supportive or whatever. But when you got somebody that's actually doing something and they're to let you pick their brains, because that's the whole thing I did. The whole entire episode, I picked his brain.
Okay.
And learned a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I'm gonna make a package for you too, a episode package, because it's so far between ones that I feel like you really should watch. Like I got one episode with my cousin. He actually he's in the music industry. He actually does work with Fabulous. You remember when 50 Cent and Fabulous was performing and the guy Slowbucks got robbed on stage?
When what?
Slowbucks, that guy, he got robbed on stage while they were performing.
Yes.
He was on stage when that happened.
Yeah.
And then he
Yeah, I
told us
lost
about
all
the,
respect for Fabulous ass.
say what?
Fabulous.
What
I
about
lost all respect for him.
what incident? The
The
message?
knocking the teeth out of his baby mama.
Did that happen for real?
Yeah. And then he tried to beat up her daddy.
Wow, no, I just figured it was
footage of him trying to beat up her daddy, and there was more than one time footage of him like beating on her. You know, and then next thing, her two top teeth knocked out. You know.
he don't seem like that type of person.
Yeah, you know, those are usually the best ones. Nobody wears woman beater on his face.
Right.
You know. No. I can't condone that in no way.
Absolutely, and I understand where you're coming from as well too.
Yeah.
No, personally, I understand where you're coming from. Literally, I know.
Right. Right.
But you know what? Not to make light of it, but you know, men go through certain things too.
Oh, absolutely. I've seen it on both sides. I've seen women that were abusive. You know that, right?
Yeah.
I've had my own personal experiences. Seeing it. You know?
Yeah, and then with that being said, like, it's always a double standard when it comes to certain things. And men, I will say, as a man, men get the best hand under that, the double standard rule.
Yeah, I mean, look at Johnny Depp's trial. I don't know if you've been watching it.
Yeah, and that was supposed to be part of the topic too, which somebody that was supposed to be here. Is she really?
Man, that bitch is really crazy.
Huh?
She shit the bed, dog. She shit the fucking bed. And then what's so bad about it? Like people are like, he's rehearsing. If you watch like interviews and things like that, he talks how he talks. That's just how he speaks. And like the shit she was doing shows how fucking what bitch goes like every time he would wear something like the day after she put that shit on, she had like an outfit similar to that. That's some crazy shit.
Weird.
You know? I don't think he's 1,000% innocent. Like but I don't believe he physically abused her.
Yeah.
And
What type of suit is it? Is it defamation or what?
It's defamation now. Like he's basically saying because she said that shit, he lost contacts to movies. Silly girls.
But I heard he got a good team though.
He does. But yeah, I mean, if you look at the trial, you'll see him wearing an outfit. And I mean, down to like the way the tie was. She has the same outfit on the next day. You know what I'm saying? Or like a pin. He had like a pin on his tie. She wore the same pin on her tie. Then his hair was one way. She had her hair the same way. That was like 4 different times. Now I think what people caught on what she was doing, she stopped doing it. You know?
Why was she doing that though?
I think she's a psycho bitch. She's just one of those psycho bitches. Like telling him, she's on tape saying, You think people will ever believe you that you were abused, that I'm abusing you? You're a man. You know, and she was on tape saying, I hit you in your face, but I didn't punch you. I did this. You know, she's on admit like saying she did this shit.
And that's something I read too, that she said that too.
Yeah. You know, I mean, if he did snap, like he like she even says on there how he even said on there how she would he would try to walk away. And she's like, you just walk away. He's like, because I'm doing like I don't want anything to happen. She's like, oh, you're doing the honorable thing. You don't want, you know. He was like, I don't want it to get worse. So I'm walking away and then he's following me. You know, I have fully believed she was the abuser.
Yeah.
If he did anything like shoved her or pushed her, he was trying to get the fuck off of him. She doesn't let go. You know, people do have breaking points.
I'm pretty sure they see that now, of course. But yeah, people pick and choose what they take from that though. But I've been in and out of it. There's certain things that stick out to me, but I think like for sure though, I've seen that you do have a good team.
Yeah.
And
I don't even think it's about the trip. I think it's his words and the tapes and themselves. He never denied being an alcoholic. He never denied smoking a joint. He never denied doing cocaine. He never denied any of these things. He's like, I did all these things. You know, he was being some things that you would think like you would never want people to hear. He wants us to hear it all, no matter how people think of him. He wants us to know the truth. If he wins or loses, he wants people to know he was not a woman beater. You know?
and then also it doesn't make it right just because he did all of that.
Right. Yeah.
But obviously they do use that against you. Well, he was probably high or this man.
Absolutely. And she would be drunk too.
Well, of course,
She
I
would
would
be drunk
assume.
too.
But
Right.
if she not admitting to it, then
People would say he was the same guy drunk or the same sober. He was the same guy. They never seen him violent. They never seen if he was violent, he might have threw, you know, he was like, yes, I'm guilty. I attacked my kitchen cabinets. That's the only thing I ever hurt was my cabinets. They're mine. I could fucking hit them.
right, you can't go to jail for it.
You know?
Shit.
Yeah. It's people can ruin you though. Public, we do that so quickly without hearing the evidence. You know,
Yeah. And that goes from around. I mean, word of mouth alone, you're gonna be in that same predicament.
right? I mean, there's some people like I don't know if you ever watched the show on TV. It was recently. It was a documentary series on Hugh Hefner, and it was the something about the behind the scenes of the bunnies, and they were talking about some wicked shit.
I would. That's something I'd be interested because I knew some crazy stuff was going on. You gotta do
Yeah,
that.
I mean, they even went as far as talking about saying that basically he fucked dogs.
What the hell?
Oh yeah. Yeah. They talked about one of the several women said that Bill Cosby had raped him. And you
He
know
was
who
in the
else they said?
grotto. I heard he was in the. He was in the grotto.
Oh yeah. But you know who else they said was a rapist? That he raped and raped them with objects and had them held hostage for days.
Ooh.
Oh boy from Soul, Don Cornelius.
Don Cornelius.
Soul Train.
Soul Train.
Yes.
Didn't he commit suicide?
I'm not sure.
Committed suicide.
But
That's great. What's happening, gang? Oh, snap.
yeah. Isn't that fucked up though? Like they said in the series, like they go through different people and different situations of fucked up shit that happened. But like, yeah, they talked about Linda Lovelace and
That
how that
sounds
they had
familiar. It sounds real familiar.
deep
Back in the
throat,
day.
deep
Huh?
throat, deep
Okay.
throat, Linda Lovelace.
Oops. Yeah.
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 But saying that they had tape of her screwing a Rottweiler and how he would like Hugh Hefner would break women down. And they were talking about abuse of women for several years and women complaining and how it would get swept under the rug over and over again, swept under the rug. And my thoughts are like, why people never said anything. Hugh Hefner used to have people sign gag orders. So I think once he died, they were able to speak about it. You know what I'm saying?
They had release forms and stuff like that.
Yeah, the bunnies had to sign these things. And so at first I thought it was a crock of shit. When I was watching it, I was like, this is some bullshit. But then watching woman after woman describe and then to say he fucked her dog. And you could just see the pain in their eyes. You know what I'm saying? You could see it.
I'm at a loss of words, which is
Yeah. But she said he fucked her dog and she was like, I never left him with my dog again. A fucking poodle.
Oh.
Yeah, fucked up. But you would think like once you've had, not saying normal people, but he's done every possible thing you could do to a woman. He's had every sex act, every possible thing you could do. Nothing gets him off anymore. So then they said he moved on to like snuff films, watching those. You know what snuff films are and shit.
Yeah, I know what that is.
Right.
I'm just in awe right now. Like
Yeah.
he literally getting off on watching somebody get off.
Yeah. Yeah. And getting off at people fucking animals. You know what I'm saying? Like they said that go upstairs, honey, that he had her, that she did a sex act on a dog at the Playboy Mansion. That she did it at the mansion. Like she said, like all of a sudden she was there was this Rottweiler and then he came and he was talking about it, laughing, you know, and she's looking at him like, that's fucking sick. Like, what do you mean she just fucking screwed a dog? You know? And I mean, there was like talks of it here, for, you know what I'm saying? People said it. Like I remember my mom mentioned me. I've seen it. Oh, great. My mom said she's seen it.
I just heard that. Wow. Yeah. Wow. I'm sorry. Look.
Yeah.
Hey, I've been watching those Stormy Daniels interviews. She is hilarious. Like there's somebody I'll be like want to hang out and laugh with.
Really?
She's very. I mean, I know she don't. For the most part, she don't try to be, but the way she says certain things is hilarious.
Right.
And what caught my attention on one of the interviews, she said she always wanted to be like a staff writer for SNL. So
okay.
When she went on there, it was literally like her dream when she was on the show. You have any input on that?
I would really like to know what the fuck she knows.
Well, for one, she has that book, and for two, bypass the book and get on YouTube. You got a YouTube page?
I have YouTube.
Subscribe to Vlad TV, and she has a whole set of interviews on that.
Okay.
And you can go one by one, and it's all interesting.
Okay. Yeah, I have to take a look at that.
Yeah, but for the most part, she is hilarious, like very, very funny.
Okay. Yeah. What do you think? What's going on with Ukraine?
Truth be told, I think eventually we're gonna end up getting involved because of the mass grave situation.
Yeah. I think this is the beginning to the end.
Yeah, it's a start. But at the same time, you got to remember, um, before the end, there's not going to be any wars.
Right.
That's when we should worry.
Okay. Well, I said the beginning to the end. So this
Right,
might
right,
just
right,
be
right.
like the start off.
Yeah.
But it's really scary. I really commend the people. The people are brave, brave people. What I don't like is I know there's been many other countries suffering, and we have turned our cheek and looked away.
No, honestly, I feel different about that because in many other countries that go through stuff, Syria, Saudi Arabia, Afghanistan, we stepped our nosy asses in.
Okay, all right. How about let me say this: more brown people, people of more color, who don't have oil and don't have resources. Well, we take their resources. I don't know. I mean, there was like, what about all the like the genocide that was happening in Africa when they were doing all the shit to, you know?
You mean still doing?
Yes.
That's not we're not a part of that. China is actually is going to own it in the whole in just a short
Right.
period of time.
Yeah, but we turned our back on that. And I'm not saying turn our back. I want us to help.
No. We turned our back on that. Yeah, that's what
Right.
it is. That's exactly
It's,
what it is.
we did, and it's like there's these people coming, you know, and they're running for their fucking lives, and we're like, oh no, turn them away, close the door. But now, oh, well, their skin's lighter, they're heroes, they're fighting.
No, honestly, what we
No.
doing is we doing like that favorite grandma do when she shake your hand and it's your birthday and slide you a 20.
Right.
That's what we doing right now. I mean, stuff's still going to them from us, of course. You got to know that,
Oh yeah, we're helping.
you know. So I mean, that's happening. But is to stop it once and for all. Do you know the consequences of that? Do you know what that
Yeah,
involves?
yeah,
It involves the powers that we both have. I'm
yeah.
thinking like they holding off because of that reason.
Okay.
And then also the parties involved, China and Russia together.
That's what I
This
keep saying.
this is a game of chess right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's sitting there like standing your own ground, but at the same time like doing your I forgot what they call it, sanctions and stuff like that. Okay, it's a process to certain things. So to make okay, so somebody do drop a nuke because I don't see no fucking airstrikes in the near future. We had enough of
Yeah.
that going on years before this on the Pacific coast. You know, with the fighter
Yeah.
jets having stare offs and stuff like that. I mean, I don't see it going nowhere further than that far as that. But in order for this thing to stop, it's going to be something drastic, quick and drastic.
Yeah. I really admire the people though. Their bravery and their pride for their country. You know what I'm saying? Like I think people could take me wrong, but I'm not a proud American. I'm not like, ooh, my country. I look at our country and all the shit we've done. Like we are fucked up. Like, yeah, I ain't have no part in that, but our country is a fucked up motherfucker. And some of this shit, when we get our karma, boy, we gonna get it.
That's the thing, though. And I'm so glad you said that. We get our karma, but me personally, me and you and our families didn't have nothing to do with it.
Nothing to do with it.
And then and when you go, say if we went over there, they frown upon us.
Right.
And
Yeah.
then and they have perfect right to feel that way because America has arrogance to the point to
Yeah.
where I can say me and you went to somewhere across seas. Do you know what the president is of Saudi Arabia?
I mean, no, not off the top of my head.
I'm just trying to name a country. Like, do we know any other names of any presidents besides the United States?
I know Putin.
And that's Russia.
Right.
Okay.
He's not a
Now,
president.
do you see how arrogant that sounds though?
Right.
Now, when they come here, what do they know?
They know they know.
They know whoever it is winning office and this and that.
Right.
And then in order for them to be here for a certain amount of time, they got to know a whole bunch of American questions. Am I correct?
Right. Yeah.
So we go over there and chop it up, live it up, ain't got to know shit about shit. Is that correct?
Right.
That's arrogance.
Yeah.
Stuff would change if we had to be more aware of our neighbor.
Yeah, and that's a big difference with not giving a fuck.
Yeah.
And
not giving a fuck and not wanting to give a fuck. It's two different things.
Superior. And so, America is white man's logic. You know what I'm saying? Like our way of thinking, the way America's thinking, it's white man's logic. I'm better than you. I am this.
And they did it to their own people too.
Right.
And which I can speak to you about that because you get what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Like you actually get it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why I can say, like, when people are like, "Oh, are you proud?" No, fuck no, I'm not a proud motherfucking American. Hell no. All the evil our fucking people has done and do, and I'm supposed to be like, "Oh, this is the greatest country in the world." You know?
I'm sorry, that's so adorable in the background. The kids.
Lindsay, don't hit your sister. Lilia, leave your sister alone. Quit bullying her. Yeah, I'm on to you. I'm on to you. Yeah, go upstairs with Auntie.
Yeah, should I just hire my oldest daughter?
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Learning experience better me than anybody else, right?
Right.
If I'm gonna teach positivity, I'm gonna teach it from the gate too. I mean,
yeah.
You know,
I got to have, when I would cook on Fridays, I got to have my son come with me one time, and I used to ask him all the time to come with me. But finally, I got to have him come, and I wish I would have had more time with him. It was so nice being able to teach my son some skills. And he was like a natural, you know?
Yeah, I can, yeah. But now it's it's gonna be crazy because she getting it. She's not gonna get it like anybody else get it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
She's gonna get it from my perspective, which is pretty much a boss.
Yeah.
And she capable. I know that.
Oh my God, isn't it crazy? Kids working now.
Yeah.
You feel old?
Yeah, but not because of the kids, because of how much I do and how long I've been doing it. You know.
Right.
I mean, literally, I just got two. They're 10 years apart, though. Still.
Right. That's a big gap, though.
Yeah, it is. I started over once. Not doing it no more, though.
No. Yeah, I can safely say neither am I. Wait till you're a grandpa. It's a whole different feeling.
Knock on wood, I'm blessed I'm not yet. So anything after this point, I am great.
Right.
I'm at that age limit to where I feel like it's okay that I'll be able to have time with the grandkids and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. I was 34 when I became a grandma.
And you still had to be out and about doing stuff. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, my idea of a grandparent is somebody in their elderly years. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right. Yeah. But that's one thing, like when I had my kid young, I was always like, you know what? In my 40s, I'm gonna be able to live life. I will have raised my kids. I can live life. I could go where I want. I can do what I want to do and relive life.
And then here goes my dumb ass. I said the same thing, but I got 8 more to go. 8 more.
Oh, I got 4 years and 2 months.
Oh, you count.
Oh yeah.
With that being said, you got something to do.
Yeah.
You got it mapped out.
I mean, my goals, like I mean, I'm working towards it now. I want to own a house. I want to own a house, and I
That's
have
what
it
I'm
big
working
enough.
for.
My kids need to ever come home and be able to watch my grandkids and grow food, have gardens, all that shit. But then I want to travel.
And another thing I wanted to ask you, um, and people might think it's controversial, but the question I gotta ask is, do you think is I don't think it's fair for a kid to be like on your own or you grown at 18. Their mind and body is not still done developing.
Right. No, I mean because I didn't do that to mine, but you are 18 and you could pay some fucking bills. My thing, if my like let's because I'm in the situation now. When my son graduated high school, he decided not to go to college. Had my son went to college and went like that, I would have been like, just take care of your education. I got you. All I want you
Absolutely.
to do is focus on your education. But he decided not to do that. He wants to work. So now you working, you're gonna pay bills.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yep.
You know,
That was just my idea of thinking about certain things like that. Like it's too soon to, they're not, for one, did you teach them how to manage their money? Get out there in the world.
right? Yes, I explained that. I explained credit, and even now, like I charge my son, I charge him $100. That's a nothing. But I want you to know, and my thing, I want them to be financially stable. So when they leave my house, they don't have to come back. So I want them to work on credit. I want them to just work, put your money up, save it, put it in an account. So when you leave, you got to, like I told them, have a bank account, have
Absolutely.
this, have all
Absolutely.
that before you leave my house. Use me right now while you got me. You know, I want them to be financially set when they leave my house versus when I was 18, just moving the fuck out and not having a fucking clue and having to go back home several times. You know, and I mean, I still want my kids to know, yeah, you can, I don't, you know, I want them to not want to come home, but know they can come home. You know what I'm saying? To a point. I don't want them to use like my older. I have two
Knowing you
boys.
have a crutch though, knowing you have a crutch
Right.
though, it might you
One of
might
my
not.
kids uses me as a crutch. One of my kids use I feel I've used as a crutch, and he won't do what he need to do to get. And I've given him the tools. Like they say, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink.
Right.
He's not taking any of the advice that I give. But whenever time it's coming back to mama. So at what point do I say no? Fly free, butterfly. Try that. You know what I'm saying? But then in this day and world, I don't want my child doing shit where he got to put his life and self in jeopardy because he feel he can't come home. It's a catch 22, I guess you could say. You know, um, I don't want you to use like I want you to listen what the fuck I tell you. I tell my kids, I'm giving you the game. I'm telling you about life. I'm your best friend. I'm not gonna tell you nothing that's gonna harm you. Everything you regardless of what you want to listen and what I'm saying, I know I'm right. And I'm not gonna ever tell you something. Everything I'm telling you is out of love and to better you. I've been there, I've had this life. And if someone was just to tell me, Crystal, you know, pay your little $50 a month, save your money, leave with an account, leave with this, work on your credit, work on this. I wish I would have been able to do all that. You know, instead I had a kid young, I had to work, I had to, you know, work jobs. Education wasn't the most important thing. Having to work and buy my baby diapers because I did go through the time when I had my son at 15 where I did work and I went to school and I was raising a baby. That became too hard. So then my mom was like, no, go to school, go to school. So then I'm like, okay. But then it got too hard with my mom having to buy diapers and struggling to buy my kid diapers. So then school is what went back. And then I worked shit jobs to try where I could never really get ahead, you know? So I want them to like take the fucking game. Listen to what I'm saying. I wish I had that opportunity to stack my bread and just have to pay a bill. You
But
know?
but it makes it more miraculous because we're able to decipher good, bad, right, and wrong, and what to do and what not to do.
Right. I
All we
mean,
do,
like,
all we do as parents is tweak how we got brought up into incorporate to our own
yeah,
kids.
exactly. And I've done a lot of things that's not okay as a parent. That's not cool. Like, I mean, I guess keeping it too real with my kids. You
Well,
know what I'm saying?
not necessarily. But you sugarcoat shit gonna look sweet.
Yeah, but I mean, like I said, some of the shit I did, my kids knew I mean, I had a hustle. My kids shouldn't have known what my hustle was. But I ain't
Well,
lie,
that
and I
part.
want my kid, so there's some things I should have kept from my kids, but my kids, they wasn't stupid. You know what I'm saying? They was also nosy as shit. And I know I wanted them to see it for, coming from me, like, look, for instance, me smoking weed. I would go in my little room and I would smoke and I would tell my kids, I'm smoking weed. This, yes, it's this, yes, that. When you're older, I won't have a problem with y'all doing it. I don't want y'all to think it's a terrible thing like crack, because there's differences in what drugs are. You know what I'm saying? So I was honest with my kids about, I didn't want them thinking, comparing it, oh my God, because I went to fucking Dare. You know what I'm saying? And when you're in Dare, I'm like,
And
oh
for
my God,
and for those who don't know, it's drug resistant drug.
the drugs, addiction, resistance, education.
Exactly. And
But when I went to Dare, hearing, and they're telling me about marijuana, and I'm like, oh my God, my mom smokes weed.
hey, but look, it was
Holy fucking
demonized,
shit.
wasn't it?
Yes. And I'm like, oh shit. I even
Right.
fucking snitched. I wrote on a note, what do you do if your mom's on drugs? And I told my mom about it. And I'm like, yeah, how about that? And she
Right.
was like, oh, yeah. My mom was like, oh, yeah. She's like, well, everybody smokes weed. And I'm like, no, no.
You're right.
I
Right.
don't do
No,
that.
that's true though, and it takes the edge off. It really does.
Right. And like I said, telling my kids the medicinal, like I gave them the education on it. Because I wanted them, I wanted to know the difference. Yes, it's a drug. Yes, at the time it was illegal. Yes, this. But this is what it helps with. This is this. This is, you know what I'm saying? So I didn't want my kids thinking I'm hiding in my room smoking a crack pipe. You know what I'm saying?
Look, you ever watch Half Baked?
Yeah.
Of course, right? Remember the dad was
Right.
sitting in his room, thinking about how to teach his son about talk to him about weed, smoking weed, and his son
Right.
was in the next room smoking weed.
Yes.
But
Exactly. And then like with my kids, I want them to come when my kids want to smoke, I want them to come to me. I want them to feel comfortable enough to be like, Mom, I'm gonna do, because I'm gonna do it anyway. And you might
true.
go find some bullshit on the streets. I don't necessarily agree with it, but I want you to come to me.
Well, my thing is though, I know it makes you not motivated. You
Right.
might think you on top of your shit. You
Right.
That's something I feel when I'm relaxing, not just doing this
It's
every
a
day and
reward.
trying to not trying to function every day on shit
Right.
because you're not gonna be on tip top shape
Right. And
with your
also in
with your thinking.
moderation. In moderation.
Absolutely,
You
because
know what I'm saying?
you don't want to be stuck
So
having shit to do.
right. And that's how I think it's my reward. After a hard day's work, I like to smoke me a joint, you know? But so many people like, oh my God, I can't do this unless I smoke. I can't do this. Now you're letting it do you. So it's a big fucking difference.
Or
And
I
it
got an
is
attitude
mental.
problem or something
It
like
is a
that.
mental, you know what I'm saying? But there is medicinal, like for ADHD. I would rather give my child marijuana than give them prescription medicine.
Well, I tried. What do you call it?
CBD.
Yeah.
I would rather something like that than give them fucking what is it, Adderall. You know what I'm saying?
Shit turn you to a zombie.
Turn you to a zombie. Who knows what it can make you have suicidal thoughts. It can make you, they treat you children like they're little science experiments. I mean, I've seen firsthand what it does. It gave me, when I was young, I was forced to put my son on medication. I was forced to put him on, where they basically threatened me, saying that I was harming my son by not putting him on it. And I let them bully me into putting him on it. So then it got to a point when he was on the medicine, nothing worked anymore. And oh no, now there's nothing. Abracadabra, because you get so used to it, your body, and no matter what, how good it worked for you, yes, it worked wonders. What he had, it worked wonders once we found something that fit, but then it stopped working, and then he was a monster. I could not control my child. It came from a child that I could control, and you know what I'm saying. And so what if he was a little fucking hyper? You know what I'm saying? It got to, but once that medicine, it was a whole new fucking person. So I really hate that they do that. I really do. So with my youngest son, I went through, and as bad as I didn't want to, I see that marijuana helps. And small amounts, nothing that I don't want to get you high. I'm not doing, you know what I'm saying? We're not giving blunts, but if like 2 hits can make you focus and write that fucking paper, you do you. You know what I'm saying? And the control and moderation, and it's all about what you, like you said, how you do it.
Absolutely. And I want to say thank you. We ran way over time, and I just now realized it.
Oh,
Time flies when you're having fun.
yeah, yep.
And, I'm gonna upload this. It's gonna be a little minute. You subscribe?
I've been subscribed.
Okay, well, you're gonna get the notification when it's uploaded. If not, I'm gonna send it to you anyway.
Okay.
And share this to people that you know and trust, and gonna get something from it. This episode is not about being shared; it's about you reaching somebody.
Right. Well, I think we had a lot of great topics.
We did, and
We were
like you
all over the
said, though,
place.
the best stuff comes from unrehearsed, unscripted,
Yep.
non-regimented.
Yep.
Most definitely. My plans is I want to do a podcast from your crib.
Oh, okay.
That would be dope.
That would be fine.
Okay, well, we'll work on that. Another thing too, if you free next Tuesday? Cause I'll put something together for real, for real.
I'm free every Tuesday. I'm out of work right now.
All right, cool.
That's why I let you know, because before I would be just getting home. It's like
I
soon as I
remember.
got.
I remember.
So now, like, I'm not working. So you got me until August.
Okay, bet. And then I'm gonna work. I'm gonna start working on something like now immediately to put something together and book some stuff though, because it this did some justice. But for other people, you have their inputs and stuff because we a lot alike. You know that.
Yeah.
Whether it's music, beliefs, and everything, we kind of on the same page with certain things.
Hmm.
But
Yeah, I like to get people different opinions and different.
and that's the whole point of the podcast, different shows,
Yeah.
different opinions. And you see behind me, youtube.com, Dooley Harris. Check it out. I'm in the midst of some great things. The movies look like it's gonna happen this summer. So I got you till
Wonderful.
August.
Yep.
And I got the script going and everything. I'm just getting the equipment and everything to make it happen.
All right. Well, good. Good luck, Chuck.
Oh, you're gonna be there.
Oh, okay.
You're gonna be there.
All right, bet.
But yeah, most definitely. Also, why you didn't post? Did you post the show to your page?
I probably didn't. I'll have to get some of my mom's shots because mine, I'm short and I was gigging. So like my phone would like be watching the stage and all you see is stage, not people.
Oh, got you.
So I'll
Okay.
have to go through my footage to see what like is actual good shit.
Yeah, yeah. Put that together though. I mean, because I mean, from what I saw, I seen you're right though. You're right. It was some stuff that was
Yeah.
down, like you was gigging or whatever. Then you would go back
Yeah.
up and stuff. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, hook that
Yeah.
up,
Like
man.
as soon as I was there, like I was thinking of you. I was like, I gotta tell my dog.
Right, right, right. But yeah, man.
Hold on.
Yeah, do that most definitely. If you get anything, though, I'll gladly post it to my page too.
All right, bet.
But all right, I'm gonna let this one go. This is gonna be it's gonna be a minute. It's gotta upload everything. I got the space and everything for it. So what I'm gonna do
All right.
is once it's upload, I'm gonna hit you up and I'll make sure you in the description too.
All right, bet.
All right, thanks, much appreciated.
Yeah, anytime.